been 2 weeks today since the president was elected or was inaugurated. 2 weeks. And it seems like he's been here forever. It seems like I don't remember, or maybe because it's some kind of a stress thing, where I do not, how do I say this? I'm not able to recall him not being president, but I remember the horrors when he was, or the prior. Does that make any sense to you? It's weird. I guess you know when you get kind of not older, but just in life, you remember like, oh, gee, that went by fast. Or is it over with yet? Is it over? Sometimes there are events where you think to yourself, has the clock stopped yet? It's like a Jordan Peterson lecture. It's like, what's happened here? It's one of those things where you think, my God, this is, and it goes back to this notion of perception and awareness. And perception and awareness are two of the most important things in the world for you to grasp. Perception is one thing. That's where you see it. But awareness is a different story. Awareness provides your ability to break down what it means, how it works. So we perceived the 4 years of hell, but I don't know if we're really aware of it because it was that bad. For me, it was. I can't believe we did this. But the good news is, and I can't say this enough, the good news is that we are winning like you cannot believe. The good news is incredible. We are winning. And I just did a video now. I'm not going to bring it up to you now because I don't know if you're into this. But the Grammys last night are another example of how our society is rejecting this lunacy. I got so much good stuff for you today. It's not even, I don't even know where to start. But just as an example, and please, I'm telling you right now, I am all over the place this morning. My brain is on fire. I don't even know where. I've got notes and I want to make sure I tell you about this so that you leave today and you say, oh, okay, I didn't know that. I didn't think that. I didn't know that. That's my kind of my goal, sort of, is I want you not to think, to make you think, but think new things. Because you're not getting it. You're not getting it the way I see it. And sometimes the news is bad. And I tell you this, and you may not like it, but okay, whatever. But other times the news is great. And the news is really good now. And if all goes as we anticipate, if all goes as I believe President Trump is heading, and if he has the right team, which I believe he has, and if he does the right thing, which I believe he will, you're going to see changes that are going to be felt forever. So let me just leave you with that. These are good times, but they require your vigilance. Nobody is going to do any work for you. You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to, and I'm sure you are, take control of the information and the news and the facts and the reality that you want to control. You control it. You have to know what to eliminate, because half of, for example, nutrition is a balance of knowing what to eat and what not to eat. And if you really want to be a great American, and I'm sure you do, you will pay close attention as to what's happening and what's changing and what's going away. These are incredible times, my friend. So incredible. So sit back, get ready, and pay attention. But first, a word from our sponsor. My friend, disaster doesn't knock. It kicks the door down when you least expect it. And when it hits the fan, and trust me, it will, food is the first thing to disappear. Now, the question is this. Will you be prepared, or will you be scrambling like everybody else? Okay? Now, think about what I'm saying. This is no exaggeration. I'm here to help. I'm here to give you the honest truth. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to help you. No one's going to be there. The shelves at your local store are going to be emptied within hours. And trucks that should be delivering food will be stuck miles away. You'll be left standing in endless lines, hoping for scraps. But there's something you can do right now. There's a way to stop this nightmare before it stops. Head to preparewithlionel.com. You heard me, preparewithlionel.com. And take advantage of the special monthly offer from My Patriot Supply. Now you can get $50 off the legendary 4-week emergency food kit when you order today. Listen, I can't be any more serious than this. Why My Patriot Supply? Simple. It's a household name for a reason. Millions of families trust them because their kits aren't just about survival. They're about thriving when others are barely holding on. This kit provides over 2,000 calories a day and 12 essential vitamins and minerals. That's the fuel that you're going to need when your body and mind are under incredible pressure. You get meals that taste great, are American made, and last up to 25 years in storage. These aren't bland bunker meals. They're designed to keep you strong and focused when it matters most. But here's the deal, my friend, and listen carefully. Emergencies don't wait, and neither should you. Prepare today or pay tomorrow. Go to preparewithlionel.com now and claim your $50 discount and 6 free bonuses right now before this limited time offer vanishes. I can't emphasize this enough, okay? Because when the world goes dark, preparation is the only light you can count on. Our good friend Pilgrim says, I've been off the mainstream media deep state for 10 years. No, you haven't. Have you watched Fox? Have you watched Newsmax, Breitbart, National Review, New York Post? Who else is there? Have you? That's mainstream. Don't kid yourself. They're mainstream. National Review is so mainstream, they are paleo-conservative. Fox News, mainstream. Mainstream. No hits, no runs, no errors. Pay attention to that. So you have been. People say, well, I eat a good life. No, you're stuff. You're people who think, well, I'm eating great stuff. No, not maybe yes, maybe no. We like to think this, but Pilgrim, remember one thing: do not miss the fact that the mainstream media is telling you what the enemy is doing. When you're in intel, I know people love that. You've got to hear what the enemy is saying. Let me show you something, which in no particular order. First, I played yesterday. There's a whole group of folks in Chicago who were so smart and so great, and black folks. Maybe I didn't play. No, I played the DNC. Well, it was a disaster. Shalandra. That it was one after another. I was like, what is this? So who did they pick? 2 white guys. This guy and that hog dude. I didn't even talk about that in a moment. And when I'm watching this, and I felt like saying, do you see what I'm saying? No. Do you see what I'm saying? No, I don't see what you. Do you see what I'm saying? No, I'm seeing. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, I see. Do you see what I'm? What are you seeing? Listen to what they're saying. Let me ask you a question. Do the Democrats know why they lost? Yes or no? Do the Democrats know why they lost? Answer my question, dear friends, dear and great and glorious friends. Do they know why they lost? Number one, most important question. Do they know why they lost? Anybody? Do they know? No. Why don't they know? What do they think happened? Do they think they stole the election? Do they think what? If they didn't steal, if the Republicans didn't steal the election, that means they lost. And if you don't think they lost, or if you don't think They don't know why they lost. What do they tell themselves? What do they tell themselves? We lost the election because of what? What do you think is the reason why they lost the election? Critical. Absolutely critical. Why do you think they did this? Now, a couple of reasons. First, for 4 years plus, when the shadow government ran everything, okay, when they ran everything, folks just sat back and said, we've won. And when you look like, what did you win exactly? Well, we won. Well, how did you win? Well, how did you win? What was better off for you? Tell me, what was better off? Anything? Anything? Why did you, what did you notice when Trump was in, when, what's his name was involved? What did you notice? And they can't tell you. They don't understand what happened. Let me say this again. They don't understand what happened. For 4 years, they have been in this kind of a la-la land. I don't know what it is. They never had an agenda. They never had plans. They talked about certain things kind of, a little bit, sort of, few things, like, climate or abortion, or they talked about maybe maintaining the rights that they thought they had or something. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. But the first question is, and this is critical, do they know what it was, why they lost? Do they know what it is that they wanted? No. Let me say that again. They just thought, we're just going to be the anti-Trump party. These people are so stupid, so moronic, so childish, so coddled, closeted, so devoid of connection. They missed the point. It's the most incredible thing in the world. They missed it. So what they do is they say, no, you lost because of your policies that you tacitly endorsed. You did. You lost. The country hated you. You completely gave up on the, what am I saying? On you. You gave up on the, on black folks. Black folks. I was trying to find this Brendan Johnson, the mayor of Chicago. Have you seen Brendan Johnson? Oh my God. I've got to be very careful what I say. I've got to be very careful what I say. I can say this on a private channel, my private channel, but I can't say it here because you don't know what people are going to say. But let me give you an analogy. Years ago, if you were, how do I say this? If you were in, let's say, Las Vegas or in the entertainment business, you would be able to see, hey, did you see who our new owner is, our new manager? Who is it? Nunzio Carmine Fantaluccio. Wait a minute. This is the mob, right? Nobody said, wait a minute, what do you have against Italians? Oh, no. I'm not talking about Italians. I'm talking about the mob. They may also happen to be Sicilian, whatever, but it's the mob. Okay. There is a group of people today, a group of politicians You can, I call them the mob. Brandon Johnson from Chicago. You've got to see this story. Let me give you an example. Let me give you a quick one. This is one of the best stories. Brandon Johnson. This is the gifts. You're not gonna. He has no idea. Brandon Johnson gifts. This is the mayor. Brandon Johnson. Oh, you got watch this. Brandon Johnson. Inspector General Deborah Witzberg of the city of Chicago published a report Wednesday. This is last week. Wednesday. In which she said Mayor Brandon Johnson's office denied her access to a room of lavish gifts for the city. He had stuff from there that was gifts to him. The log sent to the Inspector General's offer listed alcohol, jewelry, clothes, and accessories gifted to the city. She noted the gifts include Gucci, Givenchy, Kate Spade handbags, Hugo Boss cufflinks, a personalized Mont Blanc pen, shoes, and basically he's on the take. This is what people are saying. Now let me explain something to you. When you see Eric Adams, Letitia James, Fannie Willis, Tiffany Henyard, Brandon, go down the list. It's this new group of people who said we're now, it's a black contingent heretofore. I mean, there always have been black people in government, but this is a new group. They are the black mob. They're criminals using their blackness, their negritude, their connections to take over and to grab as much as they can, and F you if you don't like it. They are I love the word negritude, blackness, African American, whatever you want to call it. They are to the African American, the hardworking. What the mafia was, the LCN, the Cosa Nostra, the whatever. But they were to hardworking Sicilians or whatever. They're not representative. They're this group. They're unvetted, uneducated thugs. This is this new group. When you had other folks come along and people saw it, they saw it in the Teamsters, they said, this is the mob. Who are these people? That's what they are. They're thugs, criminals. They have and you can just see it. How you doing? I got my cousin Vinny, my cousin Carmine. I've got Joe Vavaluch, Vinny. Wait a minute. These are your people. Yeah. And they said, how you doing? This is the mob. Excuse me. Don't say that. Don't say that. You're the mob. Well, that's what this is. Here we have. And all of a sudden, instead of Nunzio, Carmine, Vinny Two Bits, you've got Charlitha, Dr. Quintella, Chamonix, and all this. Wait a minute. And the people who are screwed are the Chicagoans and the proud, hardworking black men and women who were duped into saying, oh, look, we're going to vote for one of us. They're not you at all. Nunzio is to the Italian hardworking store owner what Reverend Charlemagne, Shaliqua Johnson is to a hardworking black. You have been conned by this group. This is organized crime. And they just proliferated under the Biden administration. Proliferated. Oh, my God. And you heard this nonsense. People of color. Did you see yesterday? I played this for you. This was the Democratic Party trying to get it back. And you heard this woman, he goes, I'm a black woman, come look at me. Stop what you do. Oh, Jesus, almost. It was a joke. And who do they end up picking? Two white guys, which we'll get to in a moment. I'm thinking, whoa, wait a minute. You're doing it again. These are cons. Hey, black Chicago. Or not Chicago. We'll get to that in a moment. Wake up. What's going on here? That's over with. That's done. That is done. It's been 2 weeks. How long does this seem to you that the president's been in office? Like a year? It's like I don't understand it. He was here last year. I don't understand. Well, look what the Democrats have done. Look at this. Look at this jadrule they've got. They don't learn.
Are you ready to go on the offense?
Oh, you love this? Look at this guy. You know what I'm thinking, right? Now look at these two idiots in the background. This is the Democratic Party. First of all, thank God for them. Thank God I couldn't make any better. I couldn't make any better than this jadrule over here. Mr. Hogg. I don't know who these two in the background are. This guy on the right, he's just happy to be there. I do like the fro. Call me old school. I'm OG when it comes to that. But look at this. Listen to this nonsense he says.
Are you ready to go on the offense? Yeah.
Go on the offense.
We have to win back our young people. I am the only candidate in this race for any of these positions that is under 30.
Well, you're not going to be under 30 now. Remember this. Never say your age, because when I'm 64, will you still love me? Right? Never trust anybody over 30. Well, listen, schmuck. What are you going to say when you're over 30? That's like when Eric Blair, George Orwell wrote 1984. What are you going to call the next year? Anyway.
We had a 20-point shift to the right of our young people.
Why do you think that was?
We must show our young people we give a damn about them.
Now, do you think, you hear that? Listen to what he's saying. We must, you got to listen to this. He's on to something, but he's not going to take the right tack. You're right about that. You better show young people because they rejected what you had to say.
That we support them and we invest in them. I have raised over $11 million in the past year to support the future of our party.
Support the future of the party or young people or the constituencies. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Because I don't just tweet. I don't just talk the talk. I also walk the walk and I knock the knock in doors across the country. But I'm counting on you in this moment right now. I need your...
Okay, he's vice chair. Okay. Now, listen to what's going on right now, my friends. Listen to what's going on. This is so critical. We want him to stay there. Good. President Trump, do me a favor.
Support. Please vote for me. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. President Trump, here's what you need to do. Number one. I told you what I want to do. I want to be a part of a black bag outfit. I want to be kind of like, you know what I mean? Okay. We're going to get and we're going to funnel more money into this guy. We're going to promote. And we're going to take the least qualified, which is tough to figure out who indeed is the least qualified, but we're going to get the most radical lunatics available. The most radical lunatics, and we're going to push them. We're going to push them. You hear what I'm saying? We're going to push them. You want AOC. I want her. I want AOC. I want this guy. He's going to find money coming. He doesn't know where it's from. But only if you promote the the progressive left. You understand that? Where's this money coming from? Doesn't matter where the money is coming from. You do this. Because they lost saying what he wanted last time. The young vote didn't go right because they lost. No, because they woke up. It's a different story. It's a different time. Let me show you how different this is. Chuck Schumer, and by the way, do you think it's well, Chuck Schumer has been around for a long time. Chuck Schumer, they're saying now, is married to a man, another one. Where does this come from? Okay. People love this because there's kind of a mean spirit in this, whatever it is. I swear to you, believe me, it's kind of interesting, kind of cocktail talk. I am not going to spend my time worrying about Chuck Schumer and his wife alleging she was a man. The same thing with Brigitte Macron. Okay. Do you know why? Now, do I think it's interesting? Of course it's interesting. Do I think it's interesting? Yes. Would I want to talk about this at a quote cocktail party? Yes. Do I want to spend my time talking about this? No. Why? It makes us look mean. We got too many mean people. There's a meanness. A meanness. No, that's not our message. We're the good guys. We love people. We're not mean. We're mean about something that you've done, if you've lied about something, if you've hurt somebody, but we don't look into people's bedrooms and we're not mean. There's this mean part about us. And I know you like her, and she's very smart, but Candace Owens has got this weird fixation about trying to out people. No. I mean, she can say whatever she wants, but Candace Owens is not going to be a part of the Trump regime. She's not going to go to the White House. They don't want anything to do with her. There's a lot of other people, too, I know, and I'm not going to tell you their names because you're going to be shocked. But Trump's smart enough to realize, I can't do this. I can't do this. People have to realize Alex Jones learned his lesson. Roger Stone, I think, has. Other people haven't. And remember, you tack left or tack right when you want to go out and you're trying to get your party's nomination. By God, you are the most radical. You come out and you say, and the right wing and Jesus and God. That's great. Well, now you got to go you got to tack left like a sailor does, when you sail. The wind comes this way, then you pop the mizzen or mainsail, whatever the hell it is, and you go that way. And you want to kind of calm down. And we don't want to act mean. We don't want to act petty. We don't care about this. We've got a message. Our message is to make America great again. Not this stuff. Our message is not to worry about, I'm sorry, please don't get offended. Oh my God, I get so many letters from people who are so offended. Oh Lord. I don't want to offend you, but I'm telling you, I'm going to run this show and I don't have time for that. It makes us look mean. And here's the story. I know you like Candace. I know that. That's not a retort. You know what a riposte is? R-I-P-O-S-T-E. A riposte, a kind of a parry, a respect. It's not, I like her. I know you like her. That's okay. It's fine. There's a lot of stuff I like. Oh my God. But I don't want that to be associated with us. You go that way. I'm going to tell you stuff, and listen to me carefully. Are you ready? Okay. There's a lot of stuff that we like that'll scare people. And I want to say, not now. Not now. I don't want to start hitting people with things like, and you understand Operation Paperclip, and then we did this. And then no. Don't give them too much. No. It's like when a baby, goes from mother's milk, and then we're going to introduce solid food. Be careful. Don't just hit them. Yeah, but I like steak. No, not yet. But I like steak. But they're a baby. And you see, you may like Candace, and that's fine. Please, she can do whatever she wants. God bless, it's a free country. What I'm saying is, we don't do that. We don't do that. Let her do that. Let her talk about that. Michelle's not white. Michelle's not fine. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Watch what you say. Watch the Israel thing. Watch the war thing. Watch the Putin thing. Watch what you say. Not you. Nobody's going to vote for you. But I mean us. You see what I'm saying? You got to lure people. You got to tantalize people. You have to remember, we've already won. I've got you. I don't need to worry about you. It's the new people. I want to get some black, Hispanic, young person, 20 years old. And I'm not going to get them with, hey, did you hear this? You're not going to believe this, but Brigitte Macron was a dude. What? Yeah. That's important to us. And so was Chuck Schumer. You know what? What? Now, they're going to say, no. Here's what you say. You're going to lose your job, Mr. Black young man. You're coming out. You are not going to go to college. You're going to you are not going to college. And there's nothing wrong with that, young man. Nothing wrong with that. But you're going to have to be in a world where you're going to be competing with people. And there are people from other countries who are coming here, and they will outwork you, underwork you like you can't believe. And they may be better than you. But the only thing I can promise you is, unless we do something about these borders, unless we do something, they're going to come after your job and your neighborhood and your culture and I'm sorry, it's true. That gets their attention. That's what it is. It's not being mean. You were here first. You are an American. You're not a Black American. You're not an African American. You're not a Latino American. You're not a person of color. You are an American. And we abide by this thing here, which I always want to remind folks of. It's called the Constitution. And when I do like this, I don't do it just for me and my folks. I do it for you. And President Trump is here to help you. That's the message. That's it. Not this other stuff. Again, you can talk about it all day long. That's just so trite. It's absolutely trite. It's this, I don't want to talk CPAC stuff. Stay away. Go there, have a good time, knock yourself out. That ain't going to win America. Trump won America. Listen to what Chucky Schumer, despite any rumor, listen to Chuck Schumer.
I think the president's doing the right thing. China has been taking advantage of us for two decades. They're stealing our intellectual property, which means stealing our good-paying jobs. And I, frankly, am closer on this issue, not on many, but on this issue with President Trump than I was with Presidents Bush or Obama, because they did nothing to tell China off. Now, China, of course, will respond. But if they know we're strong and we're not going to back off, they will back off. They have far more to lose than we do. They have a $300 billion trade surplus with us. So I'm looking out, number one, for jobs. You know, if General Electric moves jobs to China, they're not unhappy. But my New York workers in Schenectady are unhappy. And so you can't let the international business companies who don't give a hoot about where their factories are govern this. You have to do what's good for the American worker.
He has never had a job from what I understand, out of government his entire life. Chuck Schumer is the most worthless politician you've ever seen. We have two senators. Kirsten Gillibrand, who is a waste of flesh, of DNA. She is lint. She's a waste of time. Kirsten Gillibrand, number one. Number two, this guy. He always shows up on Sunday. He'll read something to you. And he'll show up in a car, and he sets up his little podium, his little lectern, and he does this thing. He reads it, and he gets back in the car. And he's worthless. Now, if you need something, if you're a donor, or if he's all over the place with you. He just loves this. But you hear what he's saying. What do you think won him over? President Trump's charm? No. His wit? No. The fact that the world's going this way, we're changing. That's what we're about. We're changing this. Let me explain to you also. Certain things can upset some stuff. Let me give you an example. I told you the big three things that I thought were, number one, the gender stuff. Gender stuff was the thing, and in the Black community, They are so conservative when it comes, you can't believe this. They do not in any way believe it. And by the way, don't let the Grammys fool you. I did a video, it's rendering now, on the Grammy. Grammy's the most important thing to watch. Most important thing to watch. It's where we're going. You got to pay attention to what's going on in the culture. You're not going to be getting it from reading, whatever. They're just going to make fun of it, but you got to watch, where is this thing? What's changing now? What's changing? Let me give you an example. I have a friend. We have friends that we talk. A number of them who work in malls. I say, what do you think? I always take notes. What do you think? How many bags do you see? Who's buying? There's a mall that it's this wonderful. I'm not gonna mention it, but it's a good one. And I like to just sit. And sometimes Mrs. Dell says, I'm gonna go over here. I said, that's great. And I just sit in these very nice chairs and I just watch. It's the greatest thing in the world. And the first thing is she taught me this. Look for shopping bags. Nobody's buying anything. They are now, though. Look at the high-end stores. The high-end stores. Look at this. Hermes and this and Cartier. And they're lined up. You got it. They have security in there. But they're coming out. They're buying things. It's like, wow. I've got a friend of mine who works in a kind of a retail outlet. And she's closer to my age, I guess. But she has younger folks. Younger. Gen Z, X, whatever the hell these people are. I have no idea. I put something away. By the way, Gen Alpha, I think, are the little kids and whatever. Anyway, guess what they're watching now? This fascinates me. Friends, Golden Girls, sitcoms, Friends. Young people are loving The Sopranos. They never knew the N-word, the violence, was this on every TV? This wasn't politically incorrect. This was real. This is the way it was. They want this. Do you see what I'm saying? It's moving back. We've got to show people that we are not not a generation, but we are the political generation. The political generation that has your best interests in mind. That's who you are about. You are this person that we care about. We're the good guys. We're your friends. You think I'm kidding? Now, let me tell you something. There was a thing a while back where we had the strong mayor. That's coming back too. Frank Rizzo, Richard Daley, Rudy Giuliani. Have you ever lived in a strong mayor city? Have you ever seen this before? There's nothing. A mayor is one of the most important. A mayor puts most mayors take it for granted. They're like that Karen Bass. They're worthless. If I was a mayor, I'd be a general. You would know I was there. You would see me all the time. Oh my God. Not like these jadruls. Not like the Eric Adams and these other idiots. They don't get it because they're part of the new mob, they're the new organized crime, because people say, oh, this is great. We have a black mayor. No, you got a criminal. He's a black criminal. Just like it used to have the mob. So we're Sicilians. Don't you understand what's going on? Before the Jews got out of organized crime, you had that. I mean, do you not understand how this thing works? Do you not understand this? Let me ask you something. Do you know what it's like in New York when you work with the Russians? Now, I'm not saying Russian mob, but the Russians. There's something to this. Anybody who tells you there's not, they're not paying attention. When you work downtown, you want to work in Chinatown. China, don't let anybody fool you. Let me tell you something. If Xi Jinping worked for you, aside from any kind of extraneous, horrible limitations on personal freedoms, you would hate him, but you would love him. This guy is on. They win. They steal everything, do everything the way we would do it, and we have done it. And we're a bigger bunch of crooks than they are, but we just focus on what they've done. They come to our country by land around military bases, and we sell it to them. Whose fault is that? They send military, they send weather balloons over us. Whose fault is that? They're brilliant. Brilliant. Jeffrey Sachs said this. When was the last time China ever had a war? Last time. Anybody? Crumb bum. That's Philly. That's Frank Rizzo. When was the last time? 40 years ago. And it was from February the 16th. No. I think it was like February the 16th to March 16th, 1979. Maybe 40. And it was a skirmish with Vietnam or something. That's it. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there was a mayor who I think was one of the greatest of all times. I'm going to tell you all about him and how we need this. You're not going to believe it. I'm going to listen. I'm going to play one thing he said, and I'm telling you right now, we need him again. But first, this. Listen to this. New reports reveal that the average person has $8,674 in credit card debt. Plus, the total average consumer debt is a shocking $104,215 between mortgages, auto loans, student loans, credit cards, and unsecured loans. Unfortunately, without outside assistance, many will continue digging themselves deeper and deeper into the hole of debt. Now, I've advised and counseled friends and clients for years who want to take back control of individual debt about this secret weapon that has helped so many consolidate everything owed into one affordable monthly payment. They even helped negotiate a settlement agreement that will allow you to pay less than the total balance. Listen, they settled over $275 million in debt, and they've helped people become debt-free in an average of 28 months. I've had such an incredible experience referring clients and friends that I wanted to partner with them here and introduce their services to you, my loyal Lionel Nation family. If you want a helping hand to get out of debt, I absolutely, positively, and strenuously recommend booking a free consultation now by going to nodebtwithlionel.com. Look at the address. Once again, that's nodebtwithlionel.com. Use the link I've provided under the title. Listen to me. You can take control and learn how to get out of debt now. There's a word that we use among many words, and one is fascist. We use the word fascist, and we don't really know what that word means. We use it sometimes, like we use the word psychopath. We use fascist to mean totalitarian, overdone, too I don't know what the word is, too authoritarian. But we really don't know what fascist means. And it started off not as a bad word. Remember, Will Rogers, who never met a man he didn't like, one of his best friends in the world was Mussolini. It was a different world. It was a different world. And the thing that people love more than anything else is law and order. A friend of mine's Chinese. Her parents are retired. I think they retire very, very young. And they are living their life. And they say, well, how was it in China? I said, great. No, seriously, great. Well, can they say whatever they want? What do I want to say? Well, do you want to complain? Complain about what? And I'm not kidding you. They're saying, what am I going to complain about? What are you talking about? Complain how? About the whatever. Why do I want to do that? They said they'd leave me alone. There's so many people there. It's like, I'm not doing anything. But we have this idea that over there, you can't say anything. Why do you want to say anything? Because we're used to opening our mouths here to say things just to say things. Now, I'm not suggesting for a moment that you should not say what you believe. God forbid, no. No. But what I'm saying is a lot of folks in this country say things who are just for no particular reason. For no particular reason. They just go crazy. Like we will spend so much time standing in line laughing over the notion of Chuck Schumer and his wife for reasons other than it's just mean. It's just mean. And believe me, unless and until you've been in the public eye, you don't know what mean is. People feel like they know you. And they write you these mean things. I don't give a shit one way or the other. But the point is, you have no idea. We are a country where it's not so much, how do I say this? It's not so much that we have something valid to say. We just want to say something. And we love to say things loud and get in the way of people and the whole bit. Okay. This is a man named Richard Daley. Imagine this being said today.
I said to him very emphatically and very definitely that an order be issued immediately under his signature to shoot to kill any arsonist or anyone with a Molotov cocktail in their hand in Chicago, to fire a building because they're potential murderers, and to issue a police order to shoot, to maim, or cripple anyone looting stores in our city. And above all, the crime of arson is to me the most hideous and worst crime of any, and should be dealt with in this fashion. I was disappointed to know that every policeman out on the beat was supposed to use his own decision. And this decision evidently was his. In my opinion, he should have had instructions to shoot arsonists and to shoot looters.
Now, you might say, okay, that's extreme. Quick question. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? What do you think about that? Pilgrim says, I woke up in 2007, Zeitgeist, the movie. That was excellent, by the way, Pilgrim. Raul says, will the number of deportees exceed 500,000 this year? Oh, yes. Absolutely. Howie Brown says, Jeffrey Sachs said this morning he does not like the Trump tariffs. Okay. I understand that. And who was it? Mearsheimer says, Mearsheimer loves China. And Mearsheimer and Jeffrey Sachs hate each other. Not hate each other, excuse me, disagree with each other on some things. Crypto says, going down the list of officials is the same as the Biden administration. They enable scammers and human trafficking. Put the scammers on the cartel list. There you go. What do you think about this fellow that we had just now? This is Dick Daley. Call him Dick. Big Dick Daley. What do you think about old Dick? Huh? Mr. Green says, a bit harsh. Here's what I'm going to do. You ready for this? Now, I'm not suggesting that somebody could not be, dare I say, mistaken. Sadly, there might be somebody say, oops, you got to be careful out there. Hey, I was just protesting. Nothing wrong with protesting. Protesting is a good thing. But here's what I'm going to do. Why? Well, this is just me being me. If you tell me that the police have issued that order, I promise you, I am not going to be anywhere near any place with a Molotov cocktail. I'm not going to be near looters. I am going to say, did you hear the man say? Yeah, but that's wrong. No. Did you hear what he said? Yeah, I'm not going there. I'll go someplace else. We'll go in the park. Hey. Or maybe right in front of City Hall with a sign. Hi, we come in peace. I'll protest. I'm not going to do that. Why? Because did you hear what he just said? I'm not going to do this. You know what the best way, believe it or not, sometimes to protest the death penalty? Don't kill anybody. If you don't kill anybody, then there's no death penalty. If there's no murder, there's no death. We only do that in this country for murder. If nobody ever, now granted, of course, somebody could be ratted on, and I understand that. Raul says Mayor Bailey is Big Daddy, and Mayor Daley as well. Thank you. You know who was great too? Frank Rizzo. Frank Rizzo from Philly. Oh my God. Oh, you crumb bum. Why, you crumb bum. Do you understand something? Let me see if I can explain something to you. I'm going to be a little bit, I love certain, I don't know what the word is. I love certain analogies, as it were. But I'd like to talk to you about the vaginal yeast infection, if you don't mind. Ladies, as you probably know, vaginal yeast infection, Candidiasis, Monilian, often occur after sometimes people take antibiotics because antibiotics disrupt the balance of bacteria in the body. In particular, vaginal and gut microbiomes. Did you know that? Normally, the vagina hosts a delicate balance of beneficial bacteria like lactobacillus and others that help maintain an acidic environment, which normally inhibits the growth of yeast, primarily Candida albicans, but Candida or Candida. That was Dawn, I believe it was. Now, antibiotics kill off the protective lactobacillus, and guess what? The bad stuff rises. You see how that works? This is nature. It's a wonderful analogy. You see, when we allow bad people, when we tell the good people like you and me, people who have, maybe they utilize the Second Amendment of the firearm, they will, how do we say this? They will be quashed. Very important. It's so funny. You say something and somebody will say, banana pudding and cranberry juice is best for that. Well, cranberry juice, again, is okay for, cranberry juice is great for UTI and bladder infections because of the effect that the acidity has on urine. This is a different story. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into that right now. You can say something here, and you can say, Rizzo, I've been to Philadelphia. Wasn't Mike Douglas from Philadelphia? And I like Mike Douglas. Did you ever see when John Lennon, and then we're all, and they say that I can't. They say, you always, you can't stay on a topic. I say, I can't? I say one thing. I went to a wrestling match one time. Good. Anyway, I love you. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. When you, by the way, look at this last stitch. Bless your heart. Thank you, last stitch. When you are in a position where the bad people rise to the top and the good people are not being able to arm themselves, do not have their own militias, do not have their citizen patrols, what you end up with is a rise in the bad bacteria, the bad vermin. That's what you get a bad rise in. That's what happens. That is the problem. Do you hear what I'm saying? That is what you have to remember. It's that simple, my friend. And we are on the verge of a president, and President Trump has to have his group of people who are loyal to him. You know who was loyal to him? Loyalty means everything to me. Loyalty is everything. Paying people back who helped you. Never turning your back on somebody that was there for you, somebody that helped you. That's why infidelity, if you think about it, marital infidelity in particular is just like, oh my God. That affects more people permanently than you can ever, children, family, whatever. But fidelity, you know who that was? Mike Lindell. Mike Lindell from mypillow.com was with this great president from the beginning. And right now, Mike Lindell, you know, he has, let's look at this, how you love this guy. He has right now the My Cross necklace. It's a cross. It's a Christian cross. Save 30% off with the promo code. My towels, classic collections, premium My Pillows, flannel sheets, bed sheets, dish towel sets, My Slippers, 2-pack. He's going crazy. And the mattresses? This has been one focus he's been on the whole time. So I want you to thank him and to, how do I say this? To encourage and to thank him for his incredible sense of honor and tradition and fidelity towards this president, America, and you. Go to mypillow.com, promo code Lionel. mypillow.com/Lionel. Can't say it enough. So, as I was saying, dear friends, watch what is happening. Watch what's happening. Watch. Would USA ever use drones against the cartels? Yes. Yes. Drones the cartels are one thing. We'll get to the cartels later. We're talking about, let me tell you this, and let me see if you can explain or dig this. I am seeing in New York City an immediate not only a diminution, but a sayonara, an adios to more folks than you could ever imagine that are on the, how do I say this? That are on the streets, that are available, they're just not here. And we also have this thing called congestion tax, and it's one of the best things ever because there are fewer people here. Fewer people here because I guess they don't want. It's like $9. You go. Yesterday was fantastic. We went to Jersey to go shopping. Come back. I was like, nobody here. It was great. But these hotels are just gone. All the illegals are gone. It's like, you know what's interesting? Listen to me carefully. Whenever they want something to happen, they'll do it very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. They will do it quickly in terms of like vaccines. All of a sudden, remember, all these vaccine places, all of a sudden, overnight, they go, wow. They got a website, they got here, they got there, they got the card, they got this. Oh my God, it was so fast. Then all of a sudden, here come the illegals, here they are, and there they go. It's the fastest thing in the world. I did a let me see, what do you call it? Well, I hate the word for it, but I did a newsletter, an email newsletter. It was called Geoengineering yesterday, a review of the Philadelphia medevac crash. I've got one coming up later as well. I have been absolutely immersed in finding out why are people not getting my email. All of a sudden, I guess thousands of them to come back, they're successfully open. But what's happening? I found out that there are Gmail filters that are so you don't know when you're not getting something. Gmail filters, spam filters, not spam folders, not junk mail, but the filters. I have this thing that comes on every day. It's called the quarantine list. And they're all of a sudden, have you noticed how there's a new feature on your phone? There's a new feature on hey, they updated like I have a Mac, but sometimes, and I never have it automatically update, but they'll say, oh, we changed this, or hey, this is odd. It's like some people have had their frequencies. If there is a tone that you don't hear anymore, you don't know it until people around you are saying they heard it. So I am working on this. Please make sure you are still subscribed to the newsletter, because it seems to be it's almost a version of the perception and awareness thing. It's like you're not able to hear this. And I don't think there's any huge conspiracy to stop it. But I went into my quarantine, my email filters, and there are all these things that I'm not getting, which I didn't really want, but my email parameters think they recognize it somehow all of a sudden as being foreign. And there's different things they do. They notice that there's a way that if there's too many pictures in it, or the way it's, who knows? There are these parameters. So let me know. All of a sudden, people have been getting the email or the newsletter, whatever you call it. All of a sudden, for some reason or not, so make sure you are subscribed. Once you are unsubscribed, I can't do anything until you do it again. So anyway, let me know. And make sure you put Lionel at lionelmedia.com in your address book so it recognizes it. Okay? Make sure that's a very important thing to do. All right, my friends, you have been certainly without peer today. I want to thank you for that. Pilgrim Media, my friend, as you always are. Thank you. Raul Rodriguez, Howie Brown, you've got a lovely daughter. Crypto Domini. Thank you, Raul. Good people. We will see you later today. By the way, just got a video just dropped now on my version of the Grammys and how somebody who went through the greatest musical generation of all time, the 70s, looks at this right now and laughs horrifically. In any event, I thank you. Have a great and a glorious and a beautiful, beautiful day. Don't forget to subscribe to Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. Don't forget to subscribe to our other sister station, so to speak, at Lionel Legal. And make sure you're subscribed here at Lionel Nation. All right, dear friends, have a great and glorious day. Don't forget, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Dead.